You've obviously been back to Seattle many times now. Does it still hold the same excitement for you that maybe it did originally?
Yes, it does. It does. Anytime going back home, I have a routine that I like to do every time we get back to Seattle. So, going to be very excited to play against a really good team, NFC West opponent. Just going to have a good time.
What's the
routine? So, rest in peace, my big brother. I usually, after, when we land, I usually go see him at his burial site, just, have a couple words, hang out for a sec, and then, go back, get ready for meetings, and, get some good sleep, get ready for the next day.
What would he say if he was able to see you playing today?
Oh, he would be excited. He was the laughter of the family. That was my big brother. He was the guy that made everybody laugh and smile. So, just be very happy for me all the time. Words of affirmation, all those great things that, a big brother can do. He's always done. And of course, he, when we were younger, he used to beat up on me, but when I got older, I kind of got a little bigger than him. So, we would just tussle every now and again, but just having a good time, smiling, just very excited for me and just very excited to play for me. So he would be happy.
Yesterday talking to Darius, he said, watching from the sidelines you play, you're like the greatest football player he's ever seen. What's it mean to hear a young guy like that?
Oh, man. Hey, that's definitely special. Just to, him as a player, him as a person, he's a great man. A pro's pro already as a rookie. So very excited when he gets the chance to get on the field with us. And, for me, it's just control what I can control. Just show him how to grind, show him how to work. And, he's a great pro. So just very excited to see when he's able to come out there because I think he'll be a game wrecker.
What's it like to have so many teams this season add another offensive lineman try to block you, have a tight end try to block you, have receivers try to crack you kind of? Yeah. Almost, not every play, but pretty often. Like, what's that like for you in terms of a respect thing, but also like trying to do your job?
Yeah. I'm used to it. I know you guys are seeing this right now, but I feel like I've been doing this for many years. And, right now, kind of just seeing it, from a naked eye. But, I've been getting blocked by 2 receivers, linemen, since, my 3rd year in the league. So I'm used to it now, and now it's just a matter of understanding where I am and what guys can possibly block me. And, sometimes till this day, that still surprises me seeing, a opposite guard come up to me while I'm in the post, or seeing a receiver on the opposite side trying to crack me while the O-lineman is trying to crack me as well. So, I definitely get some laughs out of it and, do my little talking. And, other than that, just try to execute the game plan, whatever Nick calls, just try to be in the right spot at the right time.
So when a team commits so many resources to you, what does it do for the rest of the defense?
Guys get one-on-ones, opportunities. Nick does a great job of, certain type of play calling that he does, maybe to possibly get me blocked and get a one-on-one guy on the other side and vice versa. So at the end of the day, it's just understanding our game plan, understanding what to do and to know it, and then just playing football from there.
You about understanding the game plan. How much preparation do you put in? How much film do you watch? How much do you do outside the facility?
Yeah. Well, I'm a film junkie, so I, like some people might watch Netflix, some people might watch TV, some people might watch, other things. I like to watch film. So, when the ladies chilling at night watching TV, I'm on my notepad, I'm on my iPad watching film, watching the reels, seeing what this quarterback looks like, what he likes to throw in his quick game, how's his steps in quick game versus intermediate versus deep throws. Just a whole lot of boat of, understanding of the game, but also it's always about us and understanding our game plan, and we have rules within the play. So just to go about our rules no matter what, and, everything else will take care of itself.
So do you spend a lot of time watching other teams? Like, do you know what other defensive players are doing in the league? I asked this in the context of us sort of looking like who might be the defensive player of the year. They don't have you ranked among the top guys. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. For me, I don't really know anything about that. I just try to put it on tape. I always like to say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. That film and that eye in the sky doesn't lie. So whoever understands football and they understand, what we're doing, that's who can attest. And at the end of the day, I just try to control what I can control, play great team football, and ultimately, most importantly, try to win the game.
Will you still watch Netflix after the season, or are you still grinding through the off season?
Yeah, I'll do a little both. Even during the season, after about 3-4 hours, I might watch an episode right now. I'm heavily into Game of Thrones right now. I haven't seen any of it, so I'm on like season 2 right now. So no spoilers, but my teammates, they're spoilers. They telling me about things that I don't know yet, and it makes me angry. But I'm just every now and again, maybe an off day, maybe a Monday night, maybe watch a little football, but watch that Game of Thrones with the lady.
Are overlooked at all because you don't have the splashy stats, you don't have the interceptions, you do kind of everything else?
For me, I'm not overlooked when I'm on that football field. So, when I'm on the field, guys know who I am. Players know who I am. Coaches come up to me after the game. They know who I am. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about that at all. I've been like this since Little League. I've kind of, understood what it was. And at the end of the day, when you're on the field, that's the only thing that matters. So, seeing this or seeing the All Pro, seeing Pro Bowl, it doesn't really make me feel the type of way. I just want to win. I want to give the opportunity for myself, but also the other guys, the younger guys, to kind of just win games and hopefully make it deep into the playoffs and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, we're just focused on 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, and that's what we preach throughout everybody, offense, defense, special teams. We had a great Thursday practice. We're going to watch the Thursday practice and, we're going to correct it and, get on to the next day. So just being where your feet are, living the present. And, I always tell the boys everything else will take care of itself if you do that, no matter what. So that's what I try to I try to hone into each and every time I wake up in the morning.
From your perspective, how does the environment as an opposing team maybe differ at Lumen Field than others in terms of how hostile it gets? And is that something a younger player like Rabbit or someone who hasn't played there yet, do you kind of let them know just how loud it really gets there? He's watched it on TV. For me, it's like we're going to be on defense, so they're going to be quiet. So it doesn't really, matter for us on defense. It's really for the offense. And, of course we tell them, it's going to be loud here and there, but you don't know it until you're really in the environment. So, very hostile environment, very fun to play in. Love playing against Seattle, in Seattle. And we're just going to take it one play at a time, control what we can control, and let everything else handle itself. We can do that. We think good things will happen.
As a safety, do you feel like there's a benefit to having a head coach who's a defensive backs guy in terms of like your personal development or anything? Does that ever play into anything for you?
JD does a great job of letting Nick, kind of handle it. Yeah, he's in on certain meetings and here and there, but he's, of course, Nick's the defense coordinator, so he's kind of handling, of course, the calls and how we're playing things. JG might come in there and, bring some juice in there and, like he always does. But, just having JG as a head coach to understand that, we have a leader that, knows how we should win and how we should operate and how we should go about our day is definitely something special.
With going back to Seattle in season is a business trip. Do you still spend a ton of time there? Like, do you go back for long stretches in the off season, or is it hit and miss? Like, what's your schedule like in terms of visiting home?
Yeah, I don't really visit much. I got a lot of family members that kind of live in Arizona. And, some, my sister's husband is in the Coast Guard, so she's everywhere. So I'm not really spending much time there, but I would say in June or, early July, that's when I might go out there and, see my guy Tracy Ford. That's a guy I used to work out with since I was in the 7th grade, working out with, at the time the Legion of Broom was happening. So, working out with KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner at the time and, competing against those guys when I was in,
early in high school or even, late in middle school. So it was definitely cool to have that. And now that I'm older, of course, those guys are gone. And, right now it's just kind of seeing some old family friends. And other than that, I'm in the hot areas, I like the heat. So I'm over here.
How do the Lakers shape you?
With guys like,
Seahawks.
oh man. I've always had it in me, but at the end of the day, those guys were, that mentality to go in and work and to not cheat, the grind. And, we have sayings all the times, don't cheat the grind. The grind knows how much you've invested. So, man, like even in high school with Tracy Ford as well, and Butch Gonchar was my head coach at Bellevue High School. Never lost a high school game as well, if you guys didn't know that. But having three-a-days, practice in the mornings, we would go and take a ferry to a old, army barricade area, and we would go stay out there, and it would just be the team and the coaches, and we have 3-a-days, practice in the morning, practice in the afternoon, practice at nighttime. And even if we had a great practice, our coach would find some way of how we didn't have a good practice, and he would make us walk home or make us run home when we were in our full pads. So when it comes to now, everything's easy. You guys see me running to the ball. Like, I've been doing this for a long time. Just little things like that has shaped me to just understand the mentality of the game. And if you grind and let everything else take care of itself, you'll succeed. And, like I said, never lost a high school game. So that's how we didn't lose. We grind throughout the week, and on Fridays, we put the hurt on other players. So, that's the name of the game. Now that, all those years later, still sticking to the grind, sticking to the process, separating ourselves from, by preparing, and let everything else take care of itself, you will succeed. So that's what I've always held on to, and that's what I'm going to continue to hold on to. That helps in life as well.
I'm interested in the mindset, because if I'm looking at a list of like best defensive players or whatever, knowing that you've been one of the best at your position, one of the best in the league, Pro Bowls, all that, for years, if you're not on that list and you're like, I don't care about that stuff, I'm focused on this other stuff, I can imagine I'd be pissed. Like, what do you mean it's not me? Like, but you don't think of it that way. Talk to me more about that.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's like I don't find it comforting getting success from other people. I find it comforting within myself, how I can get better as a person, player, all those other attributes as well. So for me, also the counseling I've done, the therapy that I've taken, just all of that stuff has kind of helped me throughout my whole life. And to just understand, me being the best version that I can be is, that's all that matters. My family, the people that really know me, they know exactly what it is. And, that's all that matters. So at the end of the day, that's how I operate, and that's how I go about my days, because I feel like for me personally, like when I was younger and those situations would happen, I would feel a type of way, and that might, mess up my mental versus something else. So, for me, it's like, I'm a football player. I'm the highest of the high, best of the best. What else can I do for myself, for my family, for my friends? Do I need to be a best, do I need to, for example, help somebody else out emotionally better? Like, how can I get to this level in other aspects of life? So that's how I've kind of approached it. Of course, my faith in God, and just understanding that without Him, I'm nothing. And at the end of the day, I got it. Like I said, each day is not promised. That's always on my arm. I always see it every single day, and that's how I approach the days.
What do you see as the biggest challenges with that Seahawks team, Seahawks offense?
Seahawks offense, great. So their running back, of course, he's great. He can make all the cuts. They have a third down running back, but he's a really good running back. All the bounce cuts, everything that you see on film he's special. And Gino's doing a great job. They've been throwing the ball, kind of a lot more. So Gino's been doing a great job of getting the ball out, whether that's quick game, intermediate, deep throws. Of course, the receivers are the strength of their team with DK and Lockett and Jigba, right? That's how you say it, So they're great players and excited to go against those guys. I've been going against Lockett for a long time. He's continuing to play football at a high level. DK Metcalf, you guys know who he is, and Jigba has been doing great with the slot options. Deep throws, the connection that they have is something special and something we understand on defense that we're going to have to be able to stop.
And there you had one of those bomb cyclones the other night. Did you ever experience that when you were there with those incredible winds?
A bomb cyclone in Seattle?
Yeah. I mean, lost power in the facility.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't remember going through that. Yeah. Hopefully it's, maybe a little rainy during the game, but keep the wind out of there. Thank you.
How long were you in?